All right.
That's my favorite part of the song because Martin, they did a little thing where they were dancing just that one part. That's the best part.
Can we lose the scoreboard? Drop the SK. Why is it not dropping? Unmute Mike. Unmute Mike. Mute. Mute Mike. Good afternoon, Braves fans, and welcome to LRA Field for our first broadcast of UNCP softball in the 2017 season. It's the UNCP Braves and the Barton Bulldogs in non-conference action. With Malik Whirls, I'm Cameron Songer. Thanks for joining us today on the Braves Broadcast Network. Starting lineups being introduced. Let's get them to you as well. Barton comes in at 2-0 under head coach Junior Bailey in the first season for him and his coaching staff. Starting lineup for Barton looks like this. Hannah Jones will lead off and play third base, followed by catcher Taylor Bowden, center fielder Megan Kelly, designated player Sierra Harp, first baseman Kelsey Connor, shortstop Taylor Martin, left fielder Sydney Spate, second baseman Brittany Jacobs, and right fielder Michaela Meeks. The starting pitcher for Barton will be Carolina Merrill. And for UNCP, under head coach Brittany Bennett in her fourth season, the Braves 5-2 coming into today's doubleheader. It's Jamie Johnson at third, Ashley Mason in center, Abby Walters in the circle and also batting third. Cleanup hitter, second baseman Alex Watkins, shortstop Taylor Gerhardt bats fifth, followed by Jessica Ald at first base, Haley Epperson in right, batting seventh. The designated player Caitlin Norton bats eighth, and Lexi Cox, the left fielder, will bat ninth. Tony Nelson is catching for the Braves, and as we mentioned, Abby Walters, the right-handed pitcher, also batting third, pulling double duty today for UNCP. National anthem time. We'll step aside for a moment. First pitch coming up next on the Braves Broadcast Network. .67 degrees, a strong breeze out to center field. We could see the balls hopping off the bats here. In early February could be a very high-scoring game, potentially, between these two teams. UNCP on the season hitting .360, getting on base 41% of the time. They scored 44 runs in 7 games. UNCP offensively looking to put on a show. Barton on the other side hitting .319 as a team. They've walked just once and struck out 8 times in 2 games. How about this, though? The Braves, 21 stolen bases in 7 games. Barton with 0 in 2 games. But Barton is a good pitching team. Opponents hitting just .171 against them. They won opening doubleheader against St. Augustine's. The Braves played a very tough UNCP Invitational and then swept a doubleheader against Queens earlier this week. Abby Walters in the circle for UNCP. The defensive alignment behind her one more time. In the outfield, Cox, Mason, and Epperson from left to right. Johnson at third, Gerhardt at short, Watkins at second, Ald at first. And behind the plate for UNCP, Tony Nelson. Leading off for Barton is the third baseman, number 3, Hannah Jones. Sophomore hitting .400 so far this season. First pitch in there at 12 o'clock on the dot for a called strike. And we are underway. The 0-1 pitch from Walters, swung on and missed. Abby Walters, 3 wins, no losses. She's appeared in 4 games, started all 4, 2 complete games. Thrown 21 innings, given up 15 hits, 4 runs, just 2 of them earned. for a stellar 0.67 ERA. 0-2 pitch. In there. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hannah Jones set down on 3 pitches. One away.
Now batting catcher number 24, Taylor Bowden.
So it brings up Taylor Bowden. Bowden takes the first pitch up high. Senior hitting .333. Couple hits and 1 run batted in.
That's good, that's good. All right, and take it. And T2.
1-0 offering popped up in the infield. Playable on the right side. Watkins can't hang on. Drops the ball. And we have our first base runner. Score that one an error on UNCP.
Number 22,
So it brings up Megan Kelly for Barton. Kelly, a senior, 4 hits and 6 at-bats in the first 2 games. Proving already to be a dangerous bat in the Barton lineup. See how Walters will pitch with a runner on base now. First pitch misses inside. Shouldn't change too much for the Braves. But can get in the pitcher's head a little bit. The 1-0 swung on and missed. Bowden over on first. One ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the first inning as we're just getting started here at LRA Field. First pitch a little high. Snap throw from Nelson. Bowden diving back in safely.
Take one. All right, one's live. Yeah, stand there.
Abby Walters in the circle for the Braves, ready with the 2-1 offering. Pitch swung on and missed. Count 2-2 to Megan Kelly.
Take one, take two.
Nice pick behind the plate by Nelson. Runner on first staying put. Remember, Barton didn't steal a base in the opening doubleheader the Bulldogs played in sweeping St. Augustine's. Doesn't mean they won't go here. 3-2 pitch on the way to Kelly. Hit in the air to the right side. It hangs up there for Epperson. She's under it, makes the catch, and there's 2 away. So Bowden reaching on an error. She's stuck over there on first base. See if the Bulldogs will be able to bring her around. Next batter is Sierra Harp, the designated player. Freshman hitting .400 this season. 2 hits and 5 at-bats, 1 home run, 2 runs batted in.
Yeah, hit her now. Yeah, you're good. There, right there, perfect. Take it. And take it.
So just looking to continue her solid start to the season. Give the Braves a chance to bat in a 0-0 game. Runner on first with 2 outs. Top of the first inning. The windup and the pitch. Just a little high, another snap throw. Another good idea from Tony Nelson behind the plate. One count. Gorgeous day for softball here at LRA Field.
Really beautiful.
This ball chopped to third, right to Johnson. The throw to first in plenty of time. And the error doesn't cost the Braves at all. We're through half an inning at LRA Field. Braves coming up to bat for the first time. No score yet in this one. Bottom of the first inning, no score here. Warming up in the circle for Barton, right-handed pitcher Carolina Merrill, making her first appearance of the season. The lineup for UNCP in the first, Jamie Johnson, Ashley Mason, and Abby Walters due up to start the first inning for the Braves. We'll run through the rest of the batting order. At the fourth spot, Alex Watkins, followed by Taylor Gerhardt, then Jessica Ald at the 6 hole. 7 is Haley Epperson, followed by Caitlin Norton and Lexi Cox. The UNCP batting order today for head coach Brittany Bennett. Carolina Merrill in the circle for Barton. Her first throw of the season. It's low and inside for ball 1. Defensively behind Merrill in the outfield, left fielder Spate, center fielder Kelly, and Meeks in right. And the infield from left to right, Jones, Martin, Jacobs, Connor. The battery mate for Merrill is the catcher, Taylor Bowden. It's a 1-1 count to Jamie Johnson, who's hitting .440 to start the season, 11 hits and 25 tries. Pops this one up, it stays in the infield, playable at short by Martin. And there's one away. So it's Ashley Mason's turn to hit now. The junior has appeared in 6 of the Braves' 7 games. Hit 5 times in 19 at-bats for a .263 average. No walks and no strikeouts either. She likes to swing the bat. Infield coming in on her, watching for a bunt. Here's the pitch. Misses outside. The 1-0 offering to Mason. Squares up to bunt, pops it over towards third. It's rolling over to short. No one's going to make a throw. And it's an infield hit for Ashley Mason. Barton coming off a 21-26 campaign. Went 9-13 in Conference Carolinas and split a doubleheader with UNCP in Wilson last year. Braves looking to come away with both here today. UNCP, a very good performance last season. Really picked it up near the end of the year. Reached the semifinals of the Peach Belt Conference Tournament, the first time that's ever happened in program history. Batter now for the Braves is senior Abby Walters, the only senior on this year's roster. The pitcher who's also batting third, not something you see every day. And a .458 batting average to boot. The 1-0. Couldn't hold off on that. Went around for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike the count. Mason over there on first. She's 3 for 3 stealing bases this year. Bottom of the first inning in Pembroke. Braves and the Bulldogs playing a twin bill today. The 1-1. Stays a little bit high. 2 balls and 1 strike. Carolina Merrill. First action of the season. Merrill is a senior from Lititz, Pennsylvania. 2-1. Popped up, stays in the infield, and then rolls foul. Serious backspin on that swing from Abby Walters. So foul ball, 2-2 the count. Runner on first is Mason. That one runs inside and hits Walters. And she'll take her free base. So runners on first and second. Opportunity for the Braves to jump out in front in this one. Alex Watkins to the plate, the cleanup hitter. Freshman hitting .474 through 7 games for UNCP. 9 hits, 3 of them doubles. Just 2 runs batted in. Watkins in the cleanup spot today for UNCP. Ducks on the pond, a chance to do some damage. So a chance to make up for the dropped ball she had in the top of the first. Ended up not costing the Braves. Takes that one way up high for ball 1. Mason over there on second. Walters on first after getting hit by a pitch. UNCP has yet to make solid contact on Merrill, but a couple base runners on here with 1 away. Wind blowing hard out to straightaway center field. That always favors the batter. Another pitch that stays upstairs. 2-0. Merrill probably looking to throw a strike here. Doesn't want to fall behind 3-0. Watkins takes it a little bit inside. It's 3 balls and no strikes. .30 offering from Merrill. Get me over pitch. Watkins taking all the way. Taylor Gerhardt waiting on deck for the black and gold. Chance to make a big splash early in inning number 1 of game number 1 of today's doubleheader. .31 offering. Misses, and the bases are loaded. A bunt base hit, a hit by pitch, and then a walk. And the bases are juiced for Taylor Gerhardt. And that is not the player you want to see coming to the plate if you are Barton. They will stop and talk things over. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all their support and offering the best for Braves athletes. Head coach Junior Bailey in his first season chatting up with his infield in the circle. The Braves will also make sure they're all on the same page, go over some of the signals. As Taylor Gerhardt comes back to the plate to dig in. Gerhardt, the team leader in batting average at this point, hitting .522 with 12 hits in 23 at-bats. 7 runs batted in, puts her second on the team in that category. One of the strongest bats in the Braves lineup. Infield comes in, trying to cut off the run at home plate. Gerhardt takes strike 1 at the letters. Braves in the gray today, Barton wearing blue. Taylor Gerhardt not likely to bunt. That's more of a timing mechanism. Takes this one just a little bit higher, and it's called ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases loaded in the bottom of the first. Braves looking to put the first run on the board. Merrill comes and throws. High and inside. Big at bat early in this one. That one misses high and away. No place to put her. Cannot afford another ball without walking in the first run of the game. Bulldogs put themselves in a tough situation here in the first inning. Gerhardt hits this one back up the box. It's through into center field. 1 run will score. Walters being waved home from second. She's in standing up. And it's a 2-run single for Taylor Gerhardt. The Braves lead 2-0. Another big hit from Taylor Gerhardt. That's RBIs number 8 and 9 on the season for her. This is just game number 8 of the season for the Braves. We could be on pace for quite a season for Taylor Gerhardt. She stands over there on first base. Now batting for the Braves, first baseman number 22, Jessica Auld. Still just 1 out in the bottom of the first. Braves with a couple runners on. Infield coming together in the circle for Barton. Again, wanting to just make sure they're on the same page, figure out what the plan is to try to deal with a dangerous middle part of the Braves order. Jessica Auld, the sophomore, 4 starts, 5 appearances, 3 hits and 11 at-bats. 5 runs batted in, though. She hits well with runners on. Gerhardt trying to go. Braves with a little first and third action, and it works. Scoring from third is Watkins. It's 3-0 Braves. Gerhardt safe at second. So now just the runner on second base. And it's 3-0 Braves. 3 runs on 2 hits so far for UNCP. Gerhardt pumped up over there on second base. 0-1 count to Auld. The pitch from Merrill. Misses high and inside, 1-1. Check that, 2-0. First pitch was called a ball. Merrill's pitch popped up, right back to her in the circle. Camps out under it, makes the catch. Gerhardt forced to stay put over there on second base. So on to the number 7 hitter this inning, Haley Epperson. Junior with a .400 batting average, 1 home run, 5 runs batted in. So here's Epperson digging into the right-handed batter's box. The pitch from Merrill misses high, ball 1. Carolina Merrill, senior pitcher for Barton, trying to work out of this jam. Already plated 3 the Braves have this inning. 1-0 offering. Swung on, grounded back up the middle, through into center field. Gerhardt trying to score from second. She's got it without a problem. RBI single for Epperson. It's 4-0 Braves. More clutch hitting for UNC Pembroke. Haley Epperson has RBI number 6 on the season, her 5th hit of the year. And we're on to number 8 hitter Caitlin Norton. Designated player today for the Braves. 1 run batted in for her, 1 hit and 4 tries. Norton still getting used to playing at the college level. Braves getting her some extra at-bats here this afternoon. First pitch misses low and away, ball 1. That was pitch number 26 already for Merrill. Just trying to get out of the first inning. 4-0 Braves, bottom of the first. LRA Field in Pembroke, North Carolina. The 1-0 pitch misses low, runner goes. Great jump from Epperson, and she's in there safely. A good throw behind the plate from Bowden, just not quite in time. Was a good pitch to go on. A little low and inside. Haley Epperson has her 4th stolen base of the year. Now 4 of 5 on stolen base attempts. Norton now with the runner in scoring position. Takes this one high. Make it 3-0. To see Norton taking here. This pitch lobbed in for a strike by Merrill. On a 3-0 count, you have to be absolutely certain it's the pitch you want to hit. That obviously wasn't it. The 3-1. Swung on, chopped towards short. Playable at short by Martin. The throw to first pulled the first baseman off the bag. It's an infield hit for Caitlin Norton. Hit number 4 today for UNCP. Puts runners on the corners for the number 9 hitter, Lexi Cox. So the Braves bat around in the first inning. How large will the lead be after just one frame? Lexi Cox, a .312 hitter through the first 7 games of the season. 5 hits and 16 at-bats. 2 doubles and a triple with 1 run batted in. She's got another RBI just a few feet away. Runner from first goes, no throw. Sliding in safely is Norton. The Barton got burned on the first and third play once already this inning. Not going to risk it again. So now 2 runners in scoring position for Lexi Cox. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on, fouled off, and she's behind 0-2. Norton on second, Epperson on third. Merrill in the circle, Cox at the plate. The pitch swung on, lifted towards shallow right field. Meeks has a beat on it, makes the catch. And that ends the Braves' threat in the first inning. But they do plate 4. 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors by Barton. We're through 1 inning in Pembroke. It's 4-0 UNCP. Top of the second, Barton will send hitters number 5, 6, and 7 to the plate. Start with Kelsey Connor, the first baseman, hitting 167 so far this year. Abby Walters in the circle, now working with a 4-0 lead. UNCP scoring all 4 runs in the bottom of the first inning. Batting around, doing a great job.
So Cameron, as this game comes along into the second inning, what do you think are some keys for the Braves?
It's continuing to play with confidence, not letting the foot up off the gas pedal. Knowing that it's a long day, not just this game, but then another game right after this one. And letting that first inning set the tone and keeping the momentum moving forward. Not to get too confident, not to get too cocky. Just continue to play their game. I think that's what the Braves need to do here to be successful. Presumably that's what Brittany Bennett was telling her team in between innings there. After the foul ball by Connor, takes a strike looking. She's behind 0-2. Abby Walters struck out the first batter she faced. Set down the side without too much of a problem in the first inning. And there's another 3-pitch strikeout to start off an inning for UNCP's Abby Walters. Both strikeouts she's thrown have been to leadoff hitters in an inning. So it's up to Taylor Martin now to try to get something going for the Bulldogs. Still looking for that first base hit. Martin hitting .333. Went 1 for 3 in their doubleheader against St. Augustine's. Barton swept that doubleheader as Martin swings through that one and misses, chasing a little bit inside. Abby Walters, the senior from Bladenboro, North Carolina, pulling double duty today, batting third and also pitching. Appears to be working for the Braves at this point. 1-1 pitch. Fouled straight back into the backstop. Nelson giving a little chase to it. There was nothing she could have done with that one. One ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the second inning. Walters' pitch just a little bit inside. Martin, nothing she could have done with that. Walters rocks and fires the 2-2. Grounded to third. Played by Johnson. The throw in time to first, and there's 2 away. Jamie Johnson and Jessica Ald across the infield. Got to be quick on that throw from third. Such a small infield. Softball field dimensions much smaller than a baseball field. And the players know if they take advantage of it, really hustling up the first base line. Sydney Spite now to the plate. Spite still looking for her first base knock, 0 for 2 in 1 game. Grounds it to second, underhand toss to first. As Watkins gets it to Ald. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for the Braves. Abby Walters getting the job done in the circle there in the second. Braves coming back up to bat, leading 4-0. Bottom of the second coming up next. Braves batted around in the first inning. Barton will be looking to do better here in the second. Back to the top of the order. Jamie Johnson leads off for UNCP. Popped out to short her first time up. Now batting .423 on the season. Still far from an easy out. Swings at the first pitch of the bottom of the second. Fouls it off to the left side. Good contact, though, off the pitch from Carolina Merrill. Merrill in the circle, and with the battery mate of Taylor Bowden. Check swing. Johnson able to pull back. It's called ball 1. Field again for Barton. Jones, Martin, Jacobs, and Connor from left to right. In the outfield, Spite, Kelly, and Meeks. Merrill in the circle. Comes set for a 1-1 offering. This is high.
It's interesting to see if Merrill will be slightly affected by this slight wind coming in.
Breeze blowing directly into her face. Might see more attentive to keep pitches low, knowing that balls will get an extra bit of juice once they're hit high up in the air. One of those days really nice in the sun. You see the fans here at LRA Field. If they're in the sun, sweatshirts are coming off. If they're in the shade, keeping the sweatshirts on.
It's really
That's
beautiful.
a 5-pitch walk to Jamie Johnson. 5th walk she's drawn this year. And the second free pass allowed by Carolina Merrill. She also plunked a batter.
Now batting
So it's Ashley Mason to hit for the Braves. 1 for 1 with a single. She came around to score in that big first inning for the Braves. Johnson taking the walk. She's over on first base. 7 for 7 stealing bases this year. She is a major threat to go. And she's off. The throw down to second, not in time, diving in safely. It's a stolen base for Jamie Johnson. Ashley Mason taking the swinging strike, making it just a little bit more difficult for Bowden behind the plate to get that throw over there in time. You saw the shift on defensively by Barton. They had the second baseman standing right behind second base. Now they'll bring the infield in. 0-1 pitch to Mason, squares up to bunt, drops it down perfectly right in front of home plate. The throw to first in time. Mason with the sack bunt, advancing Johnson over to third with 1 away. UNCP Braves softball really trying to keep the pressure on. Now the umpire's talking about something here. And they will send the base runner back to second, it looks like. I believe that was a ball that was doubly contacted. Something looked a little bit wrong as that ball was bunted. I believe what happened is the ball bounced off home plate, and then she hit it again with her bat. I don't think she meant to do it, but that's what ended up happening, and that's illegal.
It's a strange occurrence.
So no sack bunt, just a regular out. Now Abby Walters to the plate. She takes inside, but it's called strike 1. Walters was hit by a pitch her first time up. Also pitching today for the Braves, in line for a win. Also has scored a run. Now looking to bring home a run with the runner Johnson over there on second base. The pitch swung on, laced back up the middle into left center field. That goes all the way to the wall. An RBI base knock for Walters. She will hold up at second base with a double. And it's 5-0 UNCP. Abby Walters, a true dual threat in the circle and in the batter's box. That's RBI number 13 for her on the season. She's the team leader in that category. The number 4 hitter we go, Alex Watkins to the plate. Watkins walked last time she came up. 474 hitter on the season. Alex Watkins, a freshman from Swansboro, North Carolina. Digs into the right-handed batter's box against right-handed pitcher Carolina Merrill. Watkins swinging at the first pitch, skies it foul, and had a play behind the Braves dugout. Walters over there on second. See if she thinks about trying to take third or just be aggressive with it. Watkins squares up to bunt. Pulls it back, trying to steal third. The good throw, not quite in time. And there it is, a stolen base from Abby Walters. Her 5th stolen base of the year. Stealing third. Such aggressiveness from UNCP, not taking anything off with a 5-0 lead. 0-2 now the count to Watkins. 1 away in the bottom of the second inning. Merrill's pitch runs inside. Walters on third. Alex Watkins at the dish for UNC Pembroke. Trying to set the tone for today's doubleheader. This is the first of 2 games between the Braves and Barton. All right here on the Braves Broadcast Network. 1-2 pitch. Swung on, grounded foul down the third base line. We'll do it again. Watkins hitting .300 with runners on base this year, but just .143 with runners in scoring position. 1-2 pitch on the way. Takes it low and outside. Abby Walters on third. The Braves pitcher today looking to add to her cushion in the circle. Already 5 with just 1 out in the bottom of the second. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, hit hard into right field. Walters scores without a problem. It's an RBI single for Watkins. It's 6-0 Braves. The hits keep coming for UNC Pembroke today. 6 runs on 6 hits. They have committed an error. And straight zeros across the board right now for Barton.
This is a nice way to start off for the Braves so far.
Taylor Gerhardt steps to the plate. Gerhardt, a junior from Winfield Park, New Jersey, has a runner on first with 1 out. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off into the parking lot. Gerhardt 1 for 1, singled and brought in 2 runs last inning. And the Braves thinking about another big rally this inning. Already with 2 runs across, 1 away. 6-0 on the scoreboard. Pitch to Gerhardt inside. Evens up the count 1-1. Wind blowing hard out to center field. Gerhardt with 1 long ball so far this year. Take this one low. See the thought, the intention from Merrill, just trying to paint the corners against Gerhardt, keep anything from being too good of a pitch to hit. The 2-1, low again. And really whipping here at LRA Field. Otherwise, a spectacular day, just gorgeous. In a word, un-February-like. That's all one word.
February-like.
Try it in Scrabble.
Yeah.
That would probably be worth a lot of points.
Really. But it is a beautiful day for some softball.
3-2 count to Gerhardt. Runner on first is Watkins, and this one fouled away. Good job by Gerhardt to waste that one. Pitch count up over 50 for Merrill now. We'll see if Barton makes a change. Oftentimes when a pitcher struggles in a softball game like this, in a doubleheader, you see a different pitcher for the second game. As Gerhardt lofts this one out to shallow right field. Caught by Meeks. And scampering back over to first is Watkins, 2 away in the bottom of the second. Now batting for the Braves, first baseman, number 22, Jessica Auld. Auld, a sophomore from Columbia, South Carolina. Bats right, throws right, stands 5'5" in the batter's box. Runner on first with 2 outs, Braves leading 6-0 in the bottom of the second. Auld chasing one that's up high. It's in there, into the corner. Barely fair. And here comes Watkins trying to score from first. The throw, and she dives in safely, getting around the tag. RBI double for Jessica Auld. What a play.
Really close call.
See the acrobatics and the athleticism from Watkins to dive around the tag. Really hustling around the bases. Jessica Auld has RBI number 6. And Haley Epperson comes to the plate now for the Braves with the 7-0 lead and a runner on second. Second inning still not over. Epperson at the plate now for the Braves. Coming to UNCP from Summerfield, North Carolina. She swings at the first pitch, fouls it off to the left side. 7 runs on 7 hits, 1 error by the Braves. For Barton, no runs, no hits, no errors. Good crowd on hand in Pembroke today. UNCP softball playing its first regular doubleheader of the year. They hosted a tournament last weekend. They'll be back at home next Sunday to host Elizabeth City State. 0-1 offering, taken high and away. That'll be the last home game for UNCP in the month of February. Doubleheader next Sunday, right back here on the Braves Broadcast Network, weather permitting, of course. Epperson lifts this one into right center field. It's dropping quickly, but not quickly enough as Meeks makes the catch. The Braves add 3 more to the lead. We're through 2 innings at LRA Field. It's 7-0 Braves. Braves fans, ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. Top of the third inning at LRA Field in Pembroke, North Carolina. With Malik Worrells, I'm Cameron Songer. Thanks for joining us on the Braves Broadcast Network today. Doubleheader between the UNCP Braves and the Barton College Bulldogs. 8-9-1 to up this inning for Barton. Start with Brittany Jacobs, second baseman, her first at bat of the ball game. Abby Walters dealing in the circle. That ball fouled off. No, they'll say that was a fair ball. Jacobs thought that ball hit her, sort of making an effort to run over to first base. But Barton, I think, is protesting this call. Head coach Junior Bailey making a beeline over to the first base umpire. They will talk about this. And that is a very short conversation. So one swing, one out for Brittany Jacobs there at bat. From everything we could see, it looked like a foul ball either bounced off the plate or off of her in the batter's box.
It really did look like a foul, but
So that's how it breaks sometimes, and now it's Michaela Meeks to try to hit. Get something going for the Bulldogs. Meeks in right field today. It's been busy. A couple catches over there in right field. 1 for 2 at the dish so far this season. Appeared in a couple games, but only 2 official at-bats. Has a single and a strikeout so far this year. Meeks, a sophomore from Greenville, North Carolina. Might also see her pitch at times, listed as a pitcher/outfielder for this Barton team. Look out below. That one comes really close to hitting her. Just taken for ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the third inning, Braves leading Barton 7-0. Walters waiting, gets the sign. Catcher Tony Nelson, the pitch. Catches the outside corner, make it 1-2. Right across the way, UNCP baseball about to start game 2 of its series against Concord. Braves winning yesterday 15-4. They'll play again tomorrow at noon. We'll be streaming that one right back here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Live stats are available for today's game. Visit uncpbraves.com. Swing and a miss. It's strikeout number 3 for Abby Walters in the circle. And the Braves quickly have 2 outs. Back to the top of the order, Hannah Jones digs in for the Bulldogs. Jones, a sophomore from Huntersville, North Carolina, also listed as a pitcher/utility player, playing third base defensively in game 1 for Barton. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it off behind home plate. A lot more common in softball than baseball to see players who will pitch and also play a field position. It's something of a rarity at the college baseball level. And the Braves pitcher today is another dual threat player. Abby Walters, we've seen her hit a couple times, knock in a run. She's also an outfielder. But called on to pitch for UNCP, at least in game 1, possibly also in game 2 of today's doubleheader. Braves will play again tomorrow at Limestone. Try to save arms for that. It's timeout called behind the plate. The way Walters is going, I would expect to see her in game 2 of this doubleheader. But a lot of things can change between now and the end of this game. 1-1 pitch. In there, strike 2 looking. Jones struck out looking her first time up. Had to wait a while to get another chance as she's watched the Braves bat around. And then some as Jones fouls this one off. They get it back to Abby Walters in the circle. Trying to finish off this inning. Keep Barton out of the scoring column. The only base runner from the Bulldogs came with an error, 1 out in the first. The 1-2 pitch, Walters fires, strike 3 swinging. 3 up and 3 down again for the Braves. We're through 2.5 at LRA Field. It's 7-0 UNC Pembroke. New pitcher for Barton, it's Sierra Harp taking over in the circle. The freshman from Roanoke Rapids, North Carolina, stands at 5'6" in the circle, and she'll be facing the 8, 9, and 1 hitters for UNCP in the bottom of the third. Braves with 4 in the first, 3 in the second. Looking to pull away and really just clinch this one early. Sierra Harp, 1 win, no losses. She's thrown 5 innings this year, struck out 6 and walked just 1. Caitlin Norton to lead things off for the Braves. She singled in the first inning, didn't bat last inning. First pitch of the day for Harp, misses outside. Caitlin Norton, a freshman from Randleman, North Carolina. Not too far up the road from UNCP. (1-0), swung on and missed. Wind, the 1-1 pitch from Harp. It's too high. Ball 2. Swung on, fouled off down the third base side. So Harp was the designated player at the start of the game. They just switch Merrill to the DP spot. Presumably Harp will stay in the batting order. 2-2 pitch, swung on, line foul this time down the first base line. Good job by Norton to stay alive. Two balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the third inning, Braves in front, 7-0. All over the Barton College Bulldogs in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Two-two offering. Swung on, grounded foul, back to the third base side. Well, Norton really distributing these foul balls pretty evenly.
She's trying hard to stay alive in this game.
Sierra Harp working in the circle. First batter she's faced today after coming in after Merrill through the first 2 innings. 2-2. Swung on, tapped back up the middle. Backhand stop at second base by Jacobs. The throw to first in time. Nice play defensively at second base by Brittany Jacobs, and there's 1 away in the Braves' half of the third.
It would be nice to see if this Barton defense could really make some stops to help them inch at this lead that the Braves have so far.
Well, the first step in coming back is to keep the lead from getting any bigger, and defensive plays like that will do that for you. Lexi Cox to the plate now, number 9 hitter today for UNCP. Left fielder comes to Pembroke from Whispering Pines, North Carolina. She flew out her first time up. Wild pitch from Harp that time. No damage done as there's nobody on base for the Braves. Braves fans, don't miss out on your chance to receive rewards for attending UNCP home athletic events during the 2016-17 season. Visit the App Store on your smartphone, download hashtag Brave Nation, UNCP's new fan engagement app. That pitch called a strike on the outside corner. The app can be found on the Apple Store or on Google Play. Search hashtag Brave Nation. 2 balls, 1 strike to Lexi Cox. Pitch from Harp. Low and inside. Ball 3. Three-one delivery. That's ball 4. And Lexi Cox earns a 1-out walk for the Braves. She's the first base runner for the black and gold of the 3rd inning. Jamie Johnson comes back up to the plate. 0 for 1 at the plate. She walked and came around to score last time she batted. Leadoff hitter getting her 3rd at bat in the 3rd inning. This one low, mishandled behind the plate. The throw down to second. Not caught cleanly. It's a stolen base for Lexi Cox. She's into scoring position. Wind blowing straight out to center field. The flag's whipping out there. Right behind left center field. Jamie Johnson. Not usually a long ball threat. She puts this one on the ground. Well played at 3rd. Into a pickle. Cox in trouble. Between 2nd and 3rd. Just trying to stay alive, trying to dive in. She is out at 3rd. But all the way up to 2nd base is Johnson. Heads up base running there to take 2nd base. After all that, we're in the same spot with 1 additional out. Runner on 2nd, 2 outs. And it's Ashley Mason to the plate. So fielder's choice for Jamie Johnson as she reaches and moves up to 2nd. Pitch to Mason. Catches the outside corner for strike 1. Ashley Mason, a redshirt junior from Selma, North Carolina. One-one, a little bit outside. Excuse me, that makes it 1-1. (7-0) the Braves lead, bottom of the 3rd with 1 out. Pitch to Mason, squares up to bunt, pulls back, trying to steal 3rd, a good throw, and she's out. Johnson caught stealing to end the inning, and the Braves come up empty in the 3rd. We'll go to the top of the 4th, 7-0 UNC Pembroke. 3 innings in the books. Braves 7, Bulldogs 0. With Malik Worrells, I'm Cameron Songer. Thanks for joining us on the Braves Broadcast Network today. Gorgeous day for softball. Temperature get up to around 70 degrees today. Wouldn't know it in the shade. It's a little chilly up here in the shade. But a spectacular day for softball, especially considering it's still the first half of February. Taylor Bowden leads off the 4th inning for Barton. They need to start putting some runs on the board here. Abby Walters in the circle for UNCP. Throws another first pitch strike. She's thrown 9 first pitch strikes now to 11 batters she's faced. Good job of starting ahead in the count. The 0-1. Gets away. Taylor Bowden, the catcher for Barton, senior from Clinton, North Carolina. Pops this one foul into the parking lot and out of play. Walters has struck out 4 through 3 innings. A couple of them have been leadoff hitters. That first batter of the inning has not been able to get anything going for Barton. This time tapped to first base, right to Ald. That's one of the easiest outs the Braves will have defensively all day. Just hit to the right spot for the black and gold. Megan Kelly to the plate now. Kelly 0 for 1. The last batter, Bowden, was the only base runner to reach for Barton so far today. She reached on an error. First pitch to Kelly, low and inside. Dances out of the way, otherwise that might have hit her. Walters with the 1-0. Popped up to the right side. Playable for Epperson on the run in right field. Makes the catch, 2 away.
Braves defense doing a good job with these catches.
Barton has been close to making good contact a couple times, but just has been a little bit off on some of these swings, and they really haven't been crushing the ball the way the Braves were in the first 2 innings. The pitcher, Sierra Harp, to the plate now. Freshman Harp came in hitting 400. Mighty swing, fouls it off into the net. Harp has 1 long ball on the season of her 2 hits. The other was a double, so when she hits it well. Takes this one low and inside, evens up the count 1-1. She grounded out to third her first time up. Bases empty, 2 away in the top of the 4th. Braves in front, 7-0. One offering from Walters. A little high. And it's outside as well. Didn't go around. 2-1. Pitch. Bit inside. Three-one offering from Walters. Called strike 2, and the count's full. 3-2, 2 outs. Nobody on for Barton. Top of the 4th inning here at LRA Field, game 1 of today's doubleheader. Payoff pitch from Walters. Ball 4 called. It's the first walk allowed today by Abby Walters. She's the second base runner for the Bulldogs.
Now batting, first baseman, number 7, Kelsey Connor.
So Kelsey Connor comes to the plate. Connor, a senior, hitting 143 on the season, struck out her first time up. pitch. Called a strike on the outer half. The 0-1. Fouled straight back, 0-2. The 0-2. Swung on and missed. It gets past Nelson behind home plate. Needs to hustle with the throw down to first. Not in time. So the inning will continue for Barton, despite the strikeout from Abby Walters. Next up for the Bulldogs, number 10, Taylor Martin. Martin out of Richlands, North Carolina. A freshman digs into the right-handed batter's box. (7-0) the Braves lead, but the Bulldogs threatening. Couple ducks on the pond here with 2 away. (0-1) swung on, grounded to short. Gerhardt tosses to second, and there is out number 3. Bulldogs leave a runner on, and the Braves will come back to the plate in the bottom of the 4th, still leading 7-0. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry, as one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all their support and offering the best for Braves athletes. Bottom of the 4th inning, and Ashley Mason to get it started for UNCP. 2, 3, and 4 drew up this inning for the Braves. Sierra Harp came in, pitched last inning for the Bulldogs. Did a good job of it, kept the Braves off the scoreboard. She will stay in the circle. Carolina Merrill got the Bulldogs in a 7-0 hole. Harp trying to freeze it right there. Mason at the dish takes strike 1 on the outside corner. 1 for 2 at the plate today is Ashley Mason. He was at bat when last inning ended, and the Braves were caught stealing to end the frame. First time Jamie Johnson's been caught stealing all season. Mason squares up to bunt, went around, missed it, strike 2. Remember to tune in tomorrow for UNCP baseball as the Braves wrap up their series against Concord. Noon, the first pitch from Sammy Cox Field. 0-2 offering, just misses outside. After that, the next broadcast will be Monday, 7 p.m., wrestling taking on King Senior Night inside the English E. Jones Center. One-two pitch to Mason, swung on and missed. Strike 3. And the Braves' first batter of the 4th inning is retired. So it's Abby Walters, the pitcher, 1 for 1. She was hit by a pitch in the first, had an RBI double in the second, and she's come around to score both times. Trying to put the Braves up by 8 if they can add another run here. This one high and tight. Look at the handiwork behind home plate by the Barton catcher. That's Taylor Bowden. Tipped it up in the air and then went and grabbed it. Don't see that very often. That was pretty cool. The 1-0. At the knees for called strike.
But it would be nice to see if the Braves can continue on this run, if they could push off to a more commanding lead.
Don't need too much more. Especially with the heart of the order coming up. Put themselves in that 8-run lead. Coast to the finish line on the strength of Abby Walters in the circle. Get ready for game 2. Strike 2 called on Walters. Patiently waiting for her pitch. Needs to be a little bit more protective of the plate now with 2 strikes. The 2-2 pitch from Harp. Swung on, hit in the air towards left field. Over the head of the left fielder Spate. And Walters slides in. She's got another double. That's her second of the game. Run number 8 in scoring position now for the Braves. And now to the plate for UNCP. Cleanup hitter, number 12, Alex Watkins. Wind blowing out to center field. Watkins at the plate. And what she's done today. Singled, brought in a run her last time up. Walked the first time up. 3 runs batted in for the Braves cleanup hitter this year. She takes ball 1 low and away. Braves at 5-2 on the season. Barton at 2-0. See perhaps a little bit of extra experience for some of the younger players for UNCP. The beginning of the season is so much about just knocking the rust off for both the returning players and the new players.
Basically just getting your feet wet into the season.
Watkins swings through that one and misses, but it gets past the catcher Bowden. And on to third goes Abby Walters. 1-1 with 1 out. Braves looking to push the lead to 8. Infield comes in, ready to try to cut off the run. 1-1 offering to Watkins. High and away. A good snag by Bowden behind the plate. Waiting on deck for the Braves is Taylor Gerhardt. One of the most difficult outs, I would say not just on the Braves team, but in the area, perhaps in the whole state of North Carolina. Dangerous hitter for UNCP. 2-1 pitch. Swung on, opposite field, foul. Alex Watkins digs back in. Keep this at-bat alive. The freshman from Swansboro, North Carolina, can put the Braves up 8. With a good swing here. 2-strike count. Sierra Harp. Got 4 straight outs. Braves haven't figured her out much yet. The pitch. Just misses outside.
Do you feel as though Sierra Harp is feeling a bit pressure with the lead that the Braves have so far?
I would actually think not. I think you come in a situation where your team is down 7-0. The instruction is just to go out and play your game and throw strikes. This ball grounded to short, scooped up by Martin. The throw, no throw. She just hangs on to it. Didn't get a clean handle on it, rather than risk a bad throw. Maybe we'll just rule that an error. First error defensively by Barton today. Looks like the Braves will make a change. Coach Brittany Bennett talking to the umpire.
Number 6, Taylor.
Unlikely they will change the batter. Taylor Gerhardt is the hitter you want up in this situation. Randy Weatherington chomping at the bit to get out on the field. She'll be a special pinch runner for UNCP.
Attention fans, pitch running at first base for the Braves. Number 15.
So Alex Watkins will stay in the game as the second baseman. This is the special pinch runner rule in softball, once per inning. So Weatherington enters and will run at first base. Braves will try to run the first and third play again. See if they can draw a throw and try to score a run. Weatherington will otherwise just take second base if it's given to her. Lay down a bunt. It's a squeeze play for UNCP. The throw goes to first, and it's in time. An RBI sack bunt for Taylor Gerhardt. It's 8-0 UNCP. Boy, you take a hitter who's hitting .520 and have her lay down a bunt. That's awesome. That's there's a reason it worked, is because the defense was certainly not expecting that. Taylor Gerhardt, when you're hitting more than 500, you flip a coin, and that's whether she's going to get a hit or not. And you juice the odds just a little bit more. 520. And they take the bat out of her hands, but it works as the Braves push the lead to 8.
That could really be a positive in your lineup.
One of the things that opens up, and not just the fact that they called it, but she executed it. It was a good bunt. Jessica Auld to the plate now, 2 away. She takes high and outside. It's Weatherington on second. Two balls, no strikes to Jessica Auld. 1 for 2 in this game. Had an RBI double in the second. Swings, fouls this one off. It was a little bit inside. Pulled the trigger on it anyway. Balls and a strike to Auld. The pitch from Harp. Inside, 3-1. Auld puts this one in the air to shallow center field. Weatherington trying to score from second. She's in without a problem. It's an RBI base hit for Auld, her second run batted in of the day. 9-0 Braves. They're turning the pressure on Barton now. Bulldogs need to score twice in the top of the fifth to keep this game moving. Braves jumped all over Barton early, and to be too much to overcome right now. 9 runs on 9 hits, 1 error by the Braves. No runs on no hits, 1 error by the Bulldogs. Bottom of the 4th inning in Pembroke. It's all UNCP in the first of this doubleheader. Key to this, though, no matter what the final score ends up being here, in a little bit, you wipe the scoreboard clean.
And didn't have a first start.
Dust off the jerseys, and you play another game. Epperson taking high and away. It's 3-0.
That could be a positive for Barton in this afternoon, even though if they do end up losing this game, that they could come back and get redemption in this second game.
Taken all the way, Epperson takes strike 1. Epperson, a junior from Summerfield, North Carolina. Righty-righty matchup here. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, Braves 9, Bulldogs 0. There's ball 4 as Epperson earns a 5-pitch walk. Gets on base, didn't have to swing the bat at all. And the Braves keep the lineup moving. Caitlin Norton comes to the plate. Barton out of Randleman, North Carolina. Norton 1 for 2 today as the Barton infielders converge on the circle.
Designated player number 3, Kaylin Norton.
So here's Norton, trying to add more to what's already a dominant Braves lead. The pitch from Harp, in there for called strike. Oh, 1. Lofts it into foul territory on the right side. Diving attempt from the first baseman, Connor. Almost came up with it. Good hustle. And the count 0-2 to Norton. Runners on first and second. The pitch. High and outside. Almost something of a pitch out there from Barton. Seeing if they could get the UNCP runners to go and try to throw them out. Harp in the circle. About 45 pitches. This one almost getting past her catcher, Bowden. Good job to snag it. Count to 2-2. Norton swings, grounds this ball to third. A good stop, but no play for Jones over at the hot corner. Terrific stop by Hannah Jones. Just stabbed at it, reached for it, said, "Look what I have." Then came up looking for a throw. But the base is now loaded for Lexi Cox. Cox 0 for 1 with a walk. Chance to break through with the bases loaded. Takes strike 1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, bases loaded in the bottom of the 4th. That one nearly hits Cox.
Right at the knee, but just barely missed.
Base running situation. Norton on first, Epperson on second, Ald on third. 1-1. Bit low. Braves had 4 in the first, 3 in the second, none in the third, 2 more in the 4th. 2 outs, but a chance to add even more to that. The 2-1. High and outside. 9 runs on 10 hits now for UNCP. No place to put her with another ball. And the run comes walking in. An RBI walk for Lexi Cox. It's double figures for the Braves, 10-0. Barton head coach Junior Bailey wants to talk things over with his club. So it's a chance to remind you Braves fans that our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC. In case you ever wondered why they have such a long name, one reason is a tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. Also remember to tune in every Saturday morning at 9:30 on WFXB Fox TV for the UNCP Sports Black and Gold Report presented by Pepsi. It's a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics as we bring you interviews with coaches, highlights, and special features around the UNCP athletic department. Tune in Saturdays at 9:30 on WFXB Fox TV or on our YouTube channel the following Monday. This morning we checked in with football coach Shane Richardson about signing day. Also with wrestling coach O.T. Johnson and swim and dive head coach Rhonda Blank. Jamie Johnson back to the plate. Already her 4th plate appearance of the game. 0 for 2 today. Popped out, hit into a fielder's choice, also walked once. The 0-1, Johnson swings, hits it just foul down the third base line. Nearly another ball into that left field corner. The Braves have had one of those already today. And very quickly the count, 0-2 on Jamie Johnson. Sierra Harp trying to work out of another jam. Sets the 0-2, a little bit high. 10 runs on 10 hits for the Braves, 0 on 0 for the Bulldogs. Each team's committed 1 error defensively. The 1-2, Johnson stays alive with a defensive hack, sends it into the parking lot foul. Bases loaded with 2 outs. Braves up 10 in the bottom of the 4th. 1-2 offering from Harp. Outside. Score update from UNCP baseball just across the way. It's 1-1 after 1 inning of play. The Braves taking on Concord this afternoon. Live stats available on uncpbraves.com. 2-2 pitch to Johnson. Swung on, hit in the air to shallow left field. The wind gets a hold of it, and it drops. That will empty the bases. And Johnson going for 3, and she's in. A 3-run triple for Jamie Johnson. It's 13-0 UNCP. Spite and Kelly couldn't get to it.
It looked like they was close, but they just couldn't make it in there in time enough.
Off the bat, that didn't look like it was going very far. Like you've been wondering about the wind. That was a classic wind-aided fly ball.
Yes, it was.
Not just the fact that it was got a little bit deeper, but it also went a little bit more towards center field.
Yep.
Hooked away from the left fielder Spite. And the Braves will use a pinch hitter now. Bailey Hoke comes in to pinch hit. Hoke will take over in the 2 spot for Ashley Mason. Presumably we'll also see her take over in center field as well. So Hoke getting her 7th at-bat of the season. So looking for that first hit. Runner on third is Johnson. Hoke takes low and away for ball 1. Little situational opportunity here for Bailey Hoke. Left-handed hitter to face the righty Sierra Harp. Runner on third with 2 outs. Biggest inning so far of the day for UNCP has been this 4th inning. They've plated 6 runs, 3 of them coming on that last swing from Jamie Johnson. Hoke chops this one in the infield to shortstop for Martin. The throw to first just in time. And we will go to the 5th. Braves 13, Bulldogs 0. Stay tuned. Top of the 5th inning, and Barton needs a big rally, and they need it immediately. Need to plate 6 runs this inning to avoid getting run ruled here. Braves put 6 across in the bottom of the 4th to blow this one wide open. It's 13-0 in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Remember that Game 2 of the doubleheader starts at about 2 o'clock. We'll put zeros back on the scoreboard, start over, and a chance for the Bulldogs to hit the reset button and try again against UNCP. The Braves just with a dominant showing in the first couple innings. Kind of controlled this one wire to wire. Defensive change for UNCP. Bailey Hoke stays in the game. She'll play center field. Looks like Barton will also make some changes as well up and down the lineup. Sydney Spite due up to hit right now as the 7, 8, 9 spots due up to bat this inning. We'll see Keely Cummings dig in and bat for Barton. Cummings, a pitcher from Miamisburg, Ohio. A chance to let her swing the bat. So it looks like all 3 spots that are due up to hit for Barton will be pinch hitters. And at this point, why not? No one has been able to hit Abby Walters, as the Bulldogs still looking for first base knock. Walters looking to keep it that way. Try to go 5 innings and just 2 trips through the batting order. Wrap this one up. First pitch, called a strike on the outside corner. Keely Cummings, her first collegiate at-bat. She did not bat in the Bulldogs' first 2 games. She's tall, listed at 5'11". Got a big strike zone in there. She peers in at this pitch from Walters, swings and taps it foul, 0-2. Abby Walters in the circle, struck out 5, walked 1. Thrown just 50 pitches in the first 4 innings. Her 0-2 offering to Cummings. Strike 3 looking. Another 3-pitch strikeout from Abby Walters.
She's had a really good first part of the afternoon so far.
Another pinch hitter now for Barton, as Morgan Pedley will come up and hit. Pedley, a freshman from Sanford, North Carolina. This will be her 2nd career at-bat. 0-for-1 in her very young collegiate career. Takes on the outside for ball 1. Braves with 13 runs on 11 hits, 1 error, 4 left on. Barton, no runs, no hits, 1 error, 3 left on. This one hit back to Walters, tosses over to first. Almost had too much time to make that throw. You almost saw her make a mistake. Pedley's retired. There's 2 away, and the Bulldogs down to their final out. So it's number 17, Samantha Santmeyers, sophomore from Front Royal, Virginia. Swings and misses. 6th at bat of the season for Santmeyers. She's 0 for her first 5. Walters with the 0-1 delivery. Strike 2 called. The 0-2 misses outside. Remember to stay tuned. Game 2 coming up in about half an hour after the conclusion of this one. Should be right about 2 p.m. Walters, the 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that will do it. Final score here, UNCP 13, Barton 0 in Game 1. A run rule victory for the Braves as Abby Walters throws a 5-inning no-no. Bulldogs finish with no runs on no hits, no error, or 1 error. Braves 13 runs on 11 hits and 1 error. Game 2 coming up in just a little bit. For my broadcast partner, Malik Whirls, I'm Cameron Songer saying stay tuned. More UNCP softball coming your way in about half an hour. Good afternoon, softball fans. Welcome back to LRA Field. It's game 2 of today's doubleheader between the UNC Pembroke Braves and the Barton College Bulldogs. I'm Cameron Songer, back here on the Braves Broadcast Network as the Braves come in with a 6-2 record now, Barton at 2-1. Starting lineups now for both teams. A starting lineup starting with the batting order from Barton: Megan Kelly, Taylor Martin, Taylor Bowden, the first three. That's the center fielder, shortstop, and catcher. Third baseman Sierra Harp will bat fourth. First baseman Samantha Santmeyer's batting fifth. Pitcher Michaela Meeks in the sixth spot. Sydney Spite in right field and batting seventh. Number 8 hitter Hannah Jones, and the number 9 hitter Brittany Jacobs. Left fielder Ashley Burkett also in the lineup for Barton, not in the batting order. I mentioned the starting pitcher Michaela Meeks will be making her first appearance in the circle of the 2017 season. For UNCP, the starting lineup starting in the circle with right-handed pitcher sophomore number 14 Taylor Strickland with a 1.75 ERA, making her fourth appearance and second start. 1 win, no losses. The 1.75 ERA comes from 2 earned runs and 8 innings pitched. Walked none, struck out 4. Opponents hitting just 161 against her. Defensively, the Braves in the infield will have Jamie Johnson at third, Taylor Gerhardt at short, the second baseman Alex Watkins, the first baseman Jessica Auld, Tony Nelson behind the plate, and the outfield from left to right, Lexi Cox, Abby Walters, and in right field for the Braves, Haley Epperson. Ready to go for game 2 of today's doubleheader. The leadoff hitter, Megan Kelly, to get things started in game number 2. The Braves won the first game 13-0. Clean slate, the start of game 2 of this doubleheader. It's game time. First pitch coming in at 2:03 p.m. and it catches the outside corner for strike 1. Megan Kelly hitting .500 this season, 4 for 8 at the plate through 3 games. The 0-1 misses low. Greg Gardner, the home plate umpire. Doug Spite in the infield. 1-1 offering. Swung on, grounded back up the middle. Nice hands by Strickland to throw to first in plenty of time, and there's 1 away. So Taylor Martin comes up to hit now, the freshman hitting .200, 1 for 5 in 3 games this season. Takes the first pitch, called a strike. Thought it was going to be inside. It hooked right back over the plate. Warm but windy here in Pembroke today. As the 0-1 grounded to short, played and thrown over to first in plenty of time. Gerhardt over to Auld, and there's quickly 2 away. 73 degrees. Gorgeous day. Not a cloud in the sky. Just an awesome, awesome day to be out enjoying softball. Of course, if you can't enjoy it live, you have the next best thing, and that's watching it here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Thank you for joining us. 2 outs, and the hitter now for Barton is the catcher, number 24, Taylor Bowden. And she's behind 0-1. Bowden, 2 for 8 at the plate, .250 batting average. Couple of singles, 1 run batted in. Taken all the way there, that one misses outside. The 1-1 from Strickland, called strike 2. The 1-2 pitch, swung on, grounded, foul down the third baseline. There's Bowden, stays alive. Strickland 1-2 pitch, grounded to third. A good defensive play. Johnson charges in, makes the throw, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Taylor Strickland in the circle. Braves coming up to bat for the first time in Game 2. No score in this one. We'll be right back. Bottom of the first inning, UNCP's first at-bat of game number 2. Let's get the starting batting order for the black and gold. Jamie Johnson will bat first, followed by Caitlin Norton, then Abby Walters. Cleanup hitter once again, Alex Watkins. Taylor Gerhart will bat 5th, followed by Jessica Ald, then Haley Epperson. Tony Nelson batting 8th, and Lexi Cox batting 9th. Taylor Strickland, the pitcher, not in the batting order. Defensively for Barton, in the outfield, it's Burkett, Kelly, and Spite from left to right. Harp at third, Martin at short, Jacobs at second, Santmeyers at first. Behind the plate, it's Bowden and the pitcher, Michaela Meeks, making her first appearance of the season. Meeks, a sophomore from Greenville, North Carolina. Right-handed pitcher, but she bats lefty. She falls behind Jamie Johnson. 2 balls, no strikes. Johnson comes into this game batting .429 on the season. Got a couple big hits in the first game to help the Braves pull away for a 13-0 win. See if the Braves are able to jump on Barton's pitching early in Game 2 just like they did in Game 1. Braves scored 4 runs in the first inning of Game 1, never looked back, and rolled to a shutout victory. It was also a no-hitter for Abby Walters in the circle in 5 innings. Johnson squares to bunt, pulls it back, strike 2 called. Johnson good at drawing walks. Leads the team in having drawn 5 already. Crushes this ball into left center field. It's going back over the wall. A leadoff home run for Jamie Johnson, her first of the season. 1 batter, 1 run across for the Braves. It's 1-0 in the bottom of the first. Well, no home runs in the first game, but the Braves picking up right where they left off in game number 1 by putting runs on the board. Ball never really too high up off the ground, Jonas, but the wind helping it as it got out of the yard.
Yeah, the weather is pretty good, so there's not too many harsh conditions to deal with.
So Caitlin Norton will dig in. Also comes in hitting .429. 3 hits and 7 at-bats for her. Designated player is a freshman from Randleman, North Carolina. Takes ball 1 there. Second pitch is low. So the first batter Michaela Meeks faced this year went yard on her. That's tough and her stats reflect that as they go up to the second here. Got a new stat program. If you haven't followed live stats on UNCPBraves.com, it does a really good job. It's the 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. Never seen that before. It writes out her whip as infinity. It wrote out the word infinity rather than putting a number 99. It's one of the fun things about having stats open while doing a broadcast like that as Norton draws the walk. So it won't stay that way for very long. Michaela Meeks more than capable of getting outs in a hurry. But this Braves batting order is dangerous. As Abby Walters comes up to the plate. Leadoff home run by Johnson, then a walk to Caitlin Norton. Throw down to second, stolen base for Caitlin Norton. She gets right to work and takes second. Now 3 for 3, stealing Caitlin Norton. She's in scoring position with no outs. No balls, 1 strike to Abby Walters, hitting .500 this year, 13 hits and 26 at-bats. And Walters gets a good piece of this. This stays in the yard, 1 hopper off the wall. Norton coming up, and she will score easily from second. It's an RBI double for Abby Walters. A bad throw into the infield. She'll take third. 2-0 Braves on the RBI double from Abby Walters. Still no outs in the bottom of the first, and this one's starting to look a lot like the first game. Still a long way to go. And looks like Barton coach Junior Bailey wants to nip this in the bud before it gets any worse. He'll talk things over with his team. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry and is one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all their support and offering the best for Braves athletes. Also, Braves fans, UNCP Athletics has partnered with Advanced Online to launch the official UNCP Braves Athletics online store at shopuncpbraves.com. The online store features more than 1,100 products, including t-shirts to pet supplies and everything in between. The site also has jewelry, golf gear, drinkware, and apparel from different brands, including Adidas, the official apparel provider for UNCP Athletics. That's shopuncpbraves.com. Runner on third, no outs. Alex Watkins digs in for the Braves. Watkins, a .476 hitter, making her 8th appearance in what is the 9th game this season for UNCP. Watkins swings at the first pitch, lofts it towards center field. It drops quickly and it falls. Trying to score from third is Walters. The throw gets cut off. It's an RBI single for Watkins and 3-0 Braves. Alex Watkins coming up big for UNCP, has her 4th run batted in of the season. We move on to Taylor Gerhardt, 5th batter this inning for UNCP, as the first 4 all reach base safely. Johnson with the leadoff dinger to get things started. Norton drew a walk and stole. Walters with a double, Watkins with a single. First pitch to Gerhardt in there for a called strike. Gerhardt, the team leader in batting average at .520. Swings, puts this ball in the air towards center field. It's playable for Kelly, and she makes the leaping catch, trying to tag up from first, diving in safely. Strong base running from Watkins. And there's now 1 away in the Braves' half of the first. So it's Jessica Auld up to the plate now for the Braves. Sophomore righty for UNCP. First baseman comes in with a .357 batting average. Takes the first pitch at the knees for a called strike. Ald checked her swing there. Looked like that went off the knob of the bat. Would have been ball one. Instead, it's 0-2. The 0-2 offering. Swung on and missed. Catcher holds on for strike three. So 2 quick outs now. Braves have that runner on second, 2 away. 3 runs already across in the first. Haley Epperson comes to the plate. Junior with a .417 batting average. 6 runs batted in. First pitch from Meeks on the outside corner, strike one. Epperson chasing one low and inside, pops it to first, and the inning's over for UNCP. But the damage is done. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 error defensively by Barton. We've played 1 inning in Pembroke, 3-0 Braves. Top of the second inning at LRA Field on the campus of UNC Pembroke. Gorgeous 73-degree day. Barely a cloud in the sky, wind blowing straight out to center field. It's a little warm in the sun, comfortable in the shade, as it will be for the Bulldogs. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters due up this inning. Start with Sierra Harp, freshman third baseman, hitting .333 on the season. Jonas Kibbert, I'm Cameron Songer. As the Braves won the first game today 13-0 and out in front in game number 2 3-0 after just 1 inning. Big off-speed pitch from Taylor Strickland, tying up Sierra Harp there for strike one. The 0-1. Grounded past the diving Johnson into left field. It's the first base hit today for Barton after they were no hit in the first game by Abby Walters. A 5-inning no-hitter. And it took the first batter of the second inning of the second game before Barton earns its first hit of the afternoon. Samantha Santmeyers to the plate now. 0 for 6 this season. Squares up to bunt, lays it down right to Johnson. They go to second with the throw, get the lead runner. So Santmeyers safe on first after the fielder's choice, but there's 1 away. And that was a good heads-up fielding play by Jamie Johnson at third. Nikayla Meeks steps up to the plate now. Left-handed hitter. She's 1 for 3 at the plate this season. First pitch on the outside corner for called strike. Taylor Strickland, sophomore hurler from Hope Mills, North Carolina. And some work done in the circle today. This pitch low. Nelson comes up looking to throw. The runner scampers back over. 1-1 the count, 1 out. Runner on first in the top of the second. Strickland fires. Ground ball hit, knocked down by Johnson. Throw to first. And there's 2 away. Jamie Johnson doing work over there at third base.
Now batting, right fielder, number 1, Sydney Spike.
So runner in scoring position for the first time today for Barton. Sydney Spite to hit. 0 for 3 at the plate this season in 2 games. Little tapper to short. Gerhardt comes up throwing the throw to first. It's a bang-bang play, and there's out number 3. The Bulldogs get a hit and leave a runner on. We're through an inning and a half in Pembroke. It's Braves 3, Bulldogs 0. Tony Nelson leads things off for the Braves in the bottom of the second. 8-9-1 to up this inning for UNCP. 3-0 the lead for the black and gold after an inning and a half of play. Cameron Songer, Jonas Kibrit with you on the broadcast.
What a beautiful day today is for a game of softball.
It's amazing what the turnaround is as well, how quickly the weather can change here in February in North Carolina. Yesterday we were over at baseball, and temperature never got above 53, 54 degrees. It was cold. It was cold. Everybody up there was hurting. And today, chance to work on our tans a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's the Carolina weather, right?
Supposed to be nice again tomorrow as we'll broadcast UNCP baseball. First pitch at noon against Concord. Nelson out in front of this one. Hits it foul. Tony Nelson, .368 batting average so far this season. She was the designated player. Excuse me, she was the catcher in Game 1, did not bat. Shows what kind of lineup flexibility the Braves have when Abby Walters pitches. As that pitch misses outside, 2-2. Two-two, popped up. This is playable at second, and it's caught by Jacobs for out number 1. Number 9 hitter for UNCP is a left fielder, number 10, Lexi Cox. The junior comes in hitting .294 with 8 games under her belt this season. Right at her ankles, able to dance out of the way, ball 1. Catcher Taylor Bowden has to chase that one down to the backstop. You can feel that wind really picking up. It's been consistently windy, and then some of these gusts have been quite forceful. 1-1 now to Cox. What I'd like to see is if one of these fly balls can get timed up just right with a gust of wind, Sort of saw it a little bit with Jamie Johnson's home run. A couple of balls hit to the outfield by the Braves in game number 1 were helped by the wind as this ground ball to third tossed over to first for the second out. But a ball that's hit well, plus one of these gusts of wind. And we could see a ball really get flying out of here. Checking over there on behind the left field fence. Taller left field fence trying to protect the parking lot by the Health Science Building here at UNCP. Doesn't look like any cars are parked here. It is a weekend. But on a weekday, sometimes there are cars parked there, and you worry just a little bit. That's obviously the safer parking lot over the left field fence than the one behind the first base dugout. But a foul ball with a lot of spin on it coming that way versus a bomb of a home run. Almost like if it's going to hit your car, you'd almost rather it's a soft little tap on a foul ball to the right side. Two-one pitch on the way to Johnson. Another good contact. This one makes its way into left field. She had the leadoff home run in the first inning. She's aboard again with a 2-out base knock in the second inning. So it's designated player number 3, Caitlin Norton, coming up to bat now. Norton walked her first time up. Freshman from Randleman, North Carolina, digs into the right-handed batter's box. Can the Braves put together a little 2-out rally? Johnson goes. A good throw down to second. Mishandled at short. It's another stolen base for Jamie Johnson. Her 9th stolen base of the year. She's now 9 for 10. She's in scoring position with 2 outs. Didn't waste any time there, going on the first pitch. The 1-0 to Norton, swung on, fouled straight back. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors by the Braves. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error by the Bulldogs. The 1-1, low and away. See the respect Barton has for the base running chops of Jamie Johnson. Already ready to rotate. Third baseman and shortstop ready to cover third in the event of a steal. 2-1 offering. Call to strike at the knees. 2-2, 2 outs. Caitlin Norton at the plate. Jamie Johnson on second. Braves leading 3-0 in the bottom of the second. Braves won game 1 13-0 to improve to 6-2. As Norton gets a piece of this, fouls it off, a spinner into the Bulldog dugout. Barton carries not quite as many players as UNCP. Other than the starters, you have the starting 9 in the batting order, plus the flex, the designated player. Just 4 other players carried by this Bulldogs team. Most of their team out in the field right now. This ball laced into left field. Norton with good contact. Johnson looking to score from second. She's in. It's an RBI base hit for Norton, and the Braves lead 4-0. Four runs, 5 hits, no errors by the Braves. The hot hitting was not cooled down by the 20-25 minute break in between games. They continue to roll. Center fielder number 7, Abby Walters, comes up to the plate. Walters 1 for 1 in the game with an RBI double. Batting average up over 500 at .519. She takes this one high and inside for ball 1. Big thanks to everybody watching UNCP softball today on the Braves Broadcast Network from coast to coast. Friends of the program in California, fans at the Firehouse in New Jersey, as Walters puts this ball into the outfield off the glove of the center fielder. She's got another RBI double. The Braves score again. It's 5-0. Abby Walters comes up big once again for UNCP. A very difficult play in center field for Kelly. And they'll score that one a hit. So it's Alex Watkins now to bat. Braves already up 5-0. This one low and inside. Watkins 1 for 1 with an RBI single. Takes this one high and away. Michaela Meeks in the circle, looking to get out of another jam. Trying to limit the damage the Braves were able to do in the first couple innings. This one taken for a strike. Braves led 7-0 after 2 in the first game. It's already 5-0. 2 outs here in the second. Both runs coming with 2 outs for UNCP. Norton had the RBI single. Walters with the RBI double. And Watkins crushes this ball into center field. Hasta la vista, a 2-run home run. And it's all Braves right now. Alex Watkins has her first career home run. A 2-run job. It's 7-0 Braves.
So Cameron, do you see the first series happening all over again? It seems like the Barton College doesn't really have an answer.
The Bulldogs have done some better things here in the second game. Hit the ball a little bit better. But the Braves, seeing the ball so well at the plate today, they're patient, they're waiting for their pitch, and it has just been terrific at the plate. Taylor Gerhardt steps in, base is empty with 2 outs. Gerhardt out of Winfield Park, New Jersey. We've seen all the home runs in this game go to roughly the same spot. Just a little bit left of center, but generally right over where it says Braves softball in straight center field. A couple balls have been hit well to left field where there's the big wall. One pitch on the way to Taylor Gerhardt, and she hits it out towards the wall in left field. It bounces off the base of the wall. She's looking for 2, and she will have it standing up. Taylor Gerhardt, 1 for 2 now in the game. She's got a stand-up double. So when I first got here a couple of years ago at UNCP, checking out the facilities, looking around, and trying to figure out what some of the quirks were of the various facilities where we'd be working, I asked if there was a name for the wall. You know, in Fenway Park, you have the big green monster, and no one's come up with a name for the wall yet at LRA Field. If someone comes up with a good one, let us know on Twitter. How about that? We might have to do that sometime. We'll get Brave Nation involved and do a naming contest for the big wall at LRA Field.
Cameron, I think that would be a great idea. I think it will get the community involved and get the fans riled up.
Ald pops this ball foul in towards the parking lot. But if you have any good ideas for a name for that wall, go ahead. You can tweet at me over here at Cameron Songer or at UNCP Softball, UNCP Sports, or at Brave Nation. We've got Twitter covered, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure Coach Bennett would like to know too. Go ahead and tag her in that tweet as well. 0-2 count, 2 outs, Ald at the plate. Swings, pops this one straight back. Heads up. And that bounces between the net and the bleachers. Got a good crowd on hand at LRA Field today. I don't see anybody who brought their mitt, so if that ball got into the bleachers, there might have been some carnage. 7 runs on 8 hits for UNCP. No runs on 1 hit by Barton in this game. Just go Ald at the plate. 0-for-1 with a strikeout. And Meeks ready to throw. This ball swung on, hit in the air towards center field. It is back to the wall, off the wall on 1 hop. Ald with a stand-up double. 5 runs across this inning, all with 2 outs. It's 8-0 UNCP. And we'll get a visit to the circle from Barton head coach Junior Bailey. We might see a pitching change here for the Bulldogs with 2 outs in the second inning. So as they make this change, it looks like, oh, maybe not. We might be sending it to a break, but looks like no change. Kayla Meeks hanging on to that softball. Fans, remember to tune in every Saturday morning at 9:30 on WFXB Fox TV for the UNCP Sports Black and Gold Report presented by Pepsi. It's a show all about UNC Pembroke athletics as we bring you interviews with coaches, highlights, and special features around the UNCP athletic department. Tune in Saturdays at 9:30 on WFXB Fox TV for the UNCP Sports Black and Gold Report. Also on our YouTube channel the following Monday. Haley Epperson now to bat for the Braves. She fouls this one straight back and into the net. 5 runs across this inning for the Black and Gold, a runner on second and 2 outs. Epperson made the last out last inning. Tony Nelson waiting on deck. She's the one who led off this inning. The Braves have batted around here in the second. This one low. Runner trying to go. A good throw. And Aldis caught stealing to end the second inning. But what an inning it was for UNCP. 5 runs on 6 hits. No errors by Barton. None left on. We'll go to the third. Braves 8, Bulldogs 0. Two innings in, Braves 8, Bulldogs 0. With Jonas Kibbert, I'm Cameron Songer. And for UNCP, it's about keeping the status quo at this point. It only took 5 innings for the Braves to clinch the win against Barton in the first game. And 2 innings into this one, it looks like more of the same. We'll see if the Bulldogs able to dig deep and change the course of this game a little bit. Hannah Jones, the number 8 hitter, to lead off the top of the third for Barton. First pitch from Strickland, misses low and away, ball 1. It'll be Jones, Jacobs, and then back to the top of the order with Kelly this inning for Barton. Hannah Jones, a .286 hitter through the first 3 games this year for Barton. They swept the season-opening doubleheader against St. Augustine's. Jones takes that one on the elbow, wears a big elbow guard just for that reason. And she's hit by a pitch to start the 3rd inning.
Now batting, second baseman, number 23, Brittany.
So Brittany Jacobs comes to the plate for Barton. Jacobs also 2 for 7 on the year. Barton beating St. Augustine's twice to start the year, and then dropping the first game to UNCP. This ball grounded to short, scooped up by Gerhardt. The throw to second in time, trying to turn 2. Much more difficult in softball than in the baseball game. Braves get 1 out that time. So fielder's choice for Brittany Jacobs. Turns the lineup back over. Back to Megan Kelly at the top of the order. Brittany Jacobs on first. Has not attempted a stolen base yet this year. Second baseman Off in a position of a lot of speed. We have to stop because we have an untied shoe on the field. Alex Watkins will get that squared away. Nice double knot. The umpire keeping a close eye on that. Doug Spite making sure that the shoes are closely tied. Don't want to see any more delays or something like that. That's one of the main points of emphasis in difference between softball and baseball. Obviously, you have the smaller playing surface, the physical aspects of the game aside. Umpires really do a lot more to emphasize the pace of play. You don't see a lot of time in between pitches. You see a lot less time in between innings. It allows them to play 2 games at a time rather than just one. This ball flied out to right field. Good hustle by Epperson. Catches it on the run for the second out of the inning.
Now batting shortstop, number 10, Taylor Martin.
Taylor Martin comes up to bat now. Jones led off, was hit by a pitch. Fielder's choice by Jacobs, the fly out by Kelly. And there's quickly 2 outs on the Barton Bulldogs here in the 3rd inning. First pitch misses outside. Taylor Strickland. Opponents coming in hitting just 161 against her. Had a 1.75 ERA after 3 outings, 8 innings of work coming into this game. 1-0. Off-speed pitch. Crosses home plate. Strike 1. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runner on first. This ball hit well down the third base line, but foul. Solid contact there from Taylor Martin. Martin grounded out her first time up. Checking in on UNCP baseball across the way after this pitch in the dirt. Snap throw down to first, not in time. Bottom of the 5th inning, UNC Pembroke leading Concord 11-1 over there at Sammy Cox Field. Braves winning yesterday 15-4. Barring a massive comeback for Concord, the Braves will be going for a sweep tomorrow at noon. First pitch available here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Pop fly, but foul. 2-2, 2 outs. As Taylor Strickland in the circle for the Braves, trying to finish off Taylor Martin. Get the Braves back up to the plate. The pitch. Swung on, grounded to short. Gerhardt can't hang on. Aggressive base running. Up to 3rd goes Hannah Jones, and the Bulldogs will have runners at the corners.
Catcher, number 24, Taylor Bowden.
Chance for Barton to plate its first run today after the error at short by Taylor Gerhardt. Bowden digs into the right-handed batter's box, takes a first pitch called strike. A 1 pitch on the way from Strickland. In the dirt, nice block behind the plate by Tony Nelson. Martin on first, Jacobs on 3rd. Bowden at the plate. 1-1. Outside. popped up behind home plate into the screen for strike 2. Bowden grounded out her first time up. Senior catcher from Clinton, North Carolina. It's been one of the better offensive innings for Barton. If they don't have a hit. Hit by a pitch. And then a fielding error. This ball again popped up behind home plate. Nelson gives chase. Almost comes up with it, but also almost collides hard with the backstop. Shakes it off. She'll stay in the game. Braves trying to keep the Bulldogs out of the scoring column. The pitch, swung on, grounded to short. Gerhardt has it, comes up throwing to first in time for the out. Bulldogs leave runners on the corners in the top of the third. Braves coming back up to hit with an 8-0 lead. We'll be right back. Haley Epperson leads off for UNCP in the bottom of the third inning. She'll be followed by the 8-hitter Tony Nelson and the 9-hitter Lexi Cox. Braves with 3 in the first, 5 in the second. And in position, again, to control Game 2, just like they controlled the first game, which went 13-0 to UNCP. Haley Epperson popped out her first time up. She's hitting .385 on the season. Epperson, a junior from Summerfield, North Carolina. In the circle for Barton is still Michaela Meeks, a sophomore from Greenville. Barton taking their time to get set in the circle. Looks like the third baseman, Harp, sort of lingering a little bit. Umpire also checking with Brittany Bennett. Might have been a change for UNCP, or there might be one forthcoming. So Haley Epperson finally able to dig in. I don't see any changes yet. Kayla Meeks, who's thrown 53 pitches in the first 2 innings, ready to go in inning number 3. Epperson with a hard line drive to left field. It gets past Burkett in left. And sliding into third with a triple is Haley Epperson. Epperson with her first triple of the year. Tony Nelson will come to the plate with a runner in scoring position. Braves just continue to roll offensively. That's hit number 10. They've made just 6 outs. Nelson with a mighty swing, but she misses. Nelson popped out her first time up. A junior from Bear Creek, North Carolina. Steps back into the right-handed batter's box. Next pitch misses outside. Long hold from Meeks. Nelson doesn't like that. The sort of things you don't see very often in softball games, a little bit more so in baseball. Where we started the first game at noon, the second game right at 2. Nelson skies this one out towards left field, hanging in foul territory. It will drop for a foul ball. Ashley Burkett giving chase on that one. Couldn't get to it. One-two pitch, swung on, lofted into shallow left field. That will drop. Epperson scores from third, an RBI hit for Nelson. Braves 9, Bulldogs 0. Tony Nelson with her 4th run batted in on the season. Another nice piece of hitting there for UNCP. Braves continue to just do good things in the batter's box today. As back to the mound comes Junior Bailey. And Michaela Meeks will hand over the ball. We'll get a pitching change for Barton. It looks like the new pitcher will be Hannah Jones. Tell you more about her when we come back. Braves leading 9-0 in the bottom of the third. Lexi Cox steps in, will be the first hitter to face new pitcher for Barton. Number 3, Hannah Jones, sophomore from Huntersville, North Carolina. Jones was the designated player. Have to see what other lineup changes get made for Barton. As Meeks was the pitcher before she was also in the batting order. Bunt laid down by Cox. A good one, but she is thrown out at first. Hannah Jones comes in with an ERA of 2.0. Opponents hitting not too well against her, including just 100 with runners on base. Comes in with a 1-0 record, 7.1 innings pitched. 7 hits allowed, 2 runs, both of them earned, struck out 1 and walked 1. Back to the top of the order, Jamie Johnson at the plate. Braves ready to begin the third cycle through the batting order. There's 1 out in the bottom of the third inning. Braves 9, Bulldogs 0. Johnson looks at a curveball for a called strike. Nelson stands on second. 0-1. Johnson squared up to bunt, pulled it back. It's called ball one. One on the way to Johnson. A little inside. Nelson dancing over there off of second, taking a healthy lead in between pitches. Perhaps trying to draw a throw from Bowden behind home plate. Two-one delivery. High and away. A lot of respect being shown to Jamie Johnson here in this game, and for good reason. She's 2 for 2. Solo home run in the first and a single in the third. Excuse me, in the second. She didn't bat yet in the third. So we're still in the third. Three-one pitch on the way from Jones. Low and inside, and Johnson draws a 5-pitch walk. She's been on base successfully 3 straight times today. Barton's infield, meets up in the circle. It has been a tough day for the Bulldogs. Shutout, no hit in the first game, 13-0. And trailing 9-0 here. Still in the third inning of game 2 today. The Braves have just hit the ball so well today. Pitch misses outside to Norton. Caitlin Norton at the plate. The freshman 1 for 1 with an RBI single. She walked her first time up. Got runners on first and second with 1 away in the bottom of the third. Pitch from Jones. Misses low. Jones with some command issues here. Coming in relief of the starter Meeks. Still the first couple batters, though. Trying to the jitters out here, playing on the road for the first time this season. Bunt laid down, foul down the third base line by Norton. She'll have to come back and try again. Wind blowing hard out to straightaway center field. Braves with a couple long balls already in this ball game. All 13 runs they scored in the first game kept the ball in the field of play. 2-1. Catches the outside corner. 2-2. Good pitch from Jones. Norton hitting .500 on the season coming into this at bat. The 2-2 pitch. Upstairs, and the count goes full. 4 hits, 4 runs scored, and 8 at bats for Caitlin Norton. 2 runs batted in, she's walked once. A walk here would load the bases with Abby Walters on deck. Payoff pitch to Norton. Swung on, belted, but foul. That was hooking towards left field and then kept going all the way into the corner. Well beyond the foul line. Count still 3-2 to Caitlin Norton. Freshman who's earned plenty of reps early in the season for UNC Pembroke. In the designated player role here for game 2. Low and inside, earns the walk. Bases loaded now for Abby Walters. Abby Walters 2 for 2 with a pair of doubles in this game. Her 14th and 15th hits and her 4th and 5th doubles of the season already. It's the second weekend of play, ladies and gentlemen. Walters swing at the first pitch, fouls it straight back and out of play. Walters had 2 hits in the first game, 2 more here in the second game. Her batting average has continued to leap up because of that. Bases loaded with 1 away in the bottom of the third. The pitch. Walters gets under another one. This is again foul to the left side and out of play. So it's 0-2, a chance for Hannah Jones to earn a big out for Barton. For the Braves, 9 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. For the Bulldogs, no runs on 1 hit and 2 errors so far. Bottom of the third inning, game 2 at LRA Field after the Braves won game number 1, 13-0. The 0-2 pitch from Jones. Just misses outside, trying to paint the corners there and get Walters. Alex Watkins on deck, Taylor Gerhardt in the hole if the Braves able to keep this inning and this rally alive. Chance to blow the game even more wide open and add to a 9-0 lead. 1-2 pitch from Jones. Too tall. Two and 2 now. No place to put Abby Walters. Norton on first, Johnson on second, Nelson on third. The pitch from Jones. Outside, count full. Got ahead of Abby Walters after a couple foul balls. Walters showing good patience at the plate. They continue to battle. He's got 2 doubles already today. In this game, that is. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, hit foul down the third base line. That ball just jumped off Abby Walters' bat. Walters, the lone senior on this UNCP softball roster this year. Walters ready for this 3-2 pitch again. Swung on, hit it in the air to right field, going back, making the catch is Spite. Braves all tagging up. It's an RBI fly out for Abby Walters. The Braves get up to 10. And runners now to second and third. Everybody moves up 1 station. And the run scoring from third is Nelson. Two away. Braves with 2 runs in and 2 runners aboard, both in scoring position. Alex Watkins to the plate for UNCP. Trying to get Hannah Jones to take her yard. Alex Watkins homered last time up. She's knocked in 3 runs today for UNCP. RBI single in the first, 2-run jack in the second. She's also seeing the ball very well here this afternoon. Jones winds and fires. First pitch missing inside. Norton standing on second base for the Braves. Johnson on third. Alex Watkins up over 500, her batting average for the season. 522 as of this moment. The 1-0. Same spot, same call. 2-0. First base open, but the dangerous Taylor Gerhardt waiting on deck. 2-0. Just missing. don't expect to see Watkins swinging, but she's just been hitting the ball so well. If she sees the right pitch, she might go for it. 3-0. In there for a called strike. She was already thinking about taking first base. It's pretty close. A lot of times on 3-0, the pitcher will just pour one in. That might not have been the spot Barton wanted on that, but they'll take the strike call. Runners on second and third, 2 outs, 3-1 count. Braves already up 10-0 in the bottom of the third. The pitch. That misses, and it's a walk to load the bases. Alex Watkins aboard for the third time. And for UNCP, it's Taylor Gerhardt. Gerhardt, a junior from Winfield Park, New Jersey. Chance to add some more runs to what's already a 10-0 lead for UNCP. Another gust of wind blowing out to center field. Gerhardt tried to lift this one. She's 1 for 2 today. Doubled her last time up. That was last inning. Looks at the first pitch inside. Watkins on first, Norton on second, Johnson on third for UNCP. And we'll get another meeting in the circle for Barton. Braves fans, Adidas is the official apparel sponsor for all 16 of UNC Pembroke's varsity athletic teams. Adidas provides some of the most innovative products in the shoe and apparel industry as one of the most recognizable brands worldwide. UNCP thanks Adidas for all their support in offering the best for Braves athletes. Quick look at our upcoming broadcast schedule. On Sunday, that's tomorrow, baseball against Concord at noon from Sammy Cox Field. Monday, we've got wrestling versus King. And then on Wednesday, a road trip. Search UNCP Braves Radio on YouTube to get the free audio stream of basketball, doubleheader at Armstrong State. Also basketball at Flagler on Saturday at Flagler starting at 1:30. Next weekend, UNCP baseball hosts St. Rose, 3 p.m. on Friday the 17th, and then a doubleheader on Saturday the 18th. Games at 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Softball returning back to Pembroke on a week from tomorrow. Doubleheader against Elizabeth City State on the 19th, starting at noon Eastern Time. For more information, visit uncpbraves.com. 1-0 count, bases loaded, Gerhardt at the dish. The pitch, low and outside. All those outdoor games, of course, are weather permitting for our streams. We do the best we can, but if it's raining or if it's too cold, we can't bring our equipment out here to bring you the live events. Sometimes, of course, the games get moved too. We won't broadcast a game that's not being played. One thing for certain, though, wrestling on Monday, 7 p.m. against King. And based on the weather forecast, tomorrow we should be able to be out at baseball against Concord. Doesn't look like any storm. Anything in the vicinity. Should be a nice day tomorrow. 3-0 the count to Gerhardt. Bases loaded. No place to put her. She calls time, steps out. Hannah Jones in the circle for Barton. In a tough spot. Her team down by 10. It's just the bottom of the third inning. Braves putting numbers on the boards here today. 3-0 pitch. Gerhardt taking all the way, and it's an RBI walk. Back-to-back walks issued by Hannah Jones. The Braves take an 11-0 lead, and the Bulldogs will make another pitching change. Hannah Jones, not long for this game, through just 2/3 of an inning, responsible for all of these base runners. And the Bulldogs will make another pitching change. We'll step aside. You're watching UNCP softball. Braves all over the Bulldogs. It's 11-0. from Sanford, North Carolina. The first pitch he throws of the season is a called strike. Eden Brown, 2 for 13 at the plate, takes low and away for a called ball 1. 1-1 the count, bases full of Braves. Gerhardt on first, Watkins on second, Norton on third. Brown hits this one to second. It gets through into right center field. 1 run will score, 2 runs will score. UNCP 13, Barton 0 on the 2-run single by Eden Brown. Braves get no run today against Barton. It was 13-0 the first game. It's already 13-0 with 2 outs in the third.
Ashley Mason.
Some different looks for UNCP. Meanwhile, Barton, seems like no matter what pitcher they throw out there, cannot find a way to get the Braves out. Ashley Mason comes up to hit now for UNCP. Mason. Swing at the first pitch and hits it foul. Let's take one. 0-1 the count to Ashley Mason. The count now to Mason. Mason takes 4, called strike 2. Runners on first and second for UNCP. 2 away in the bottom of the third. Pitch to Mason, swung on, hit foul. Ball, 2 strikes for Ashley Mason, the pitcher for Barton, Morgan Pedley. This ball swung on, grounded to third, scooped up, the throw to first in time, and the Braves retired in the third inning. 13-0 is the score. As we head to the top of the fourth, we'll be right back. Braves fans, ever wondered why our sponsor, Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, has such a long name? One reason is the tremendous variety of cars and trucks they offer to meet every need. Great-looking Chevrolets, Buicks, Cadillacs, and even GMC SUVs and trucks. They have everything from budget vehicles to top-of-the-line Cadillacs, so why would you shop anywhere else? Try their quick lube, and while your vehicle is being serviced, you can see for yourself. That's Lumberton Chevrolet Buick Cadillac GMC, located next to Lumberton High School. Top of the fourth inning now. Braves 13, Bulldogs 0. That was the score in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Braves just really have been all over Barton today. As UNCP's made some changes, we're trying to figure those out. We'll get them to you as much as we can. Bailey Hoke, Witherington also into the game. We'll Looks like the Braves have also made a change in center field. Well, maybe not. That looks like it might still be Walters in center field. No changes for Barton in the batting order. Sierra Harp to step up and hit. She's 1 for 1, has the only hit of the day for the Bulldogs. Meanwhile, it's still Taylor Strickland in the circle for the Braves. First pitch missing outside. Abby Walters threw a 5-inning no-hitter in the first game. The Braves won 13-0, thanks to a big 6-run burst in the bottom of the fourth. Braves won't need 6 runs in the fourth to get to 13. They got 3 in the first, 2 in the second, or 5 in the second, and 5 more in the third. A wire-to-wire kind of performance for UNCP today. Especially in game number 2 when Jamie Johnson, the first Braves batter of the game, went yard. Braves also added a home run from Alex Watkins, as that 2-1 pitch misses high from Strickland. The new defensive alignment for UNCP: Hoke is in left field, Walters in center, Mason in right field, Johnson and Gerhardt still the left side of the infield, Weatherington at second, Brown at first. And Harp draws the walk for Barton. Tony Nelson still the catcher for UNCP, but the Braves have made their share of changes. Just trying to get some fresh faces, some extra playing time in a game that's more or less already decided. Samantha Santmeyers will step to the plate and hit now for Barton. The runner on first is Harp. Barton might try to pinch run for her here. Looks like no change. Santmeyers 0 for 1 today, 0 for 7 on the season. And the first pitch of her second at bat is a called strike. A 1 offering from Strickland. Popped foul down the third base line and on top of the roof of the Braves dugout. Gorgeous 73-degree day in Pembroke. I have to keep reminding myself that it is still the first half of February, because it feels like it could be April or May with weather like this. It certainly spoil you. Well hit, but foul by Santmeyers. It's weather like this that brings teams down from up north, Pennsylvania, West Virginia, some of the teams that were here last weekend to play at the UNCP Invitational on the softball diamond, and some of the teams that UNCP baseball has hosted for weekend series. One ball, 2 strikes to Santmeyers. Weekend opponents for UNCP baseball: Shepherd last weekend, Concord this weekend. They're both in the Mountain East Conference. Next weekend it'll be St. Rose. We'll also see Lake Erie come down here. Johnson made that catch in foul territory. What a play. So there is 1 out now after the nice defensive play by Jamie Johnson. Johnson's done, she's done a little bit of everything today. She's hit, she's fielded the ball well at her position. Really, the only thing she hasn't done is pitch, but she probably won't do that today. You never know. If she asked very, very nicely, maybe Coach Bennett would give her that chance.
Maybe.
I'm going to guess no still, but you never know. Morgan Pedley at the plate now. She's the pitcher for Barton now. 3rd different pitcher the Bulldogs have tried in this game. And Pedley getting just her 3rd at-bat of the season. 4th game of the season for this Barton team. They won the first 2, lost the first game of today's doubleheader 13-0, and trail 13-0 here in the 4th. 1-1 pitch. Low and away on the toss from Taylor Strickland. Strickland's pitch count just 47. 1 out in the top of the 4th. She's been very efficient in the circle, and the long pauses in between her times have not really thrown her off. As Pedley gets a piece of that, fouls it off. A lot of times a pitcher, when his or her team goes out and has an offensive explosion inning, you see a carryover effect in the next inning that they have to pitch because it's been so long. They've sort of, lost that edge, lost the rhythm a little bit. That hasn't really been the case for Strickland in this game or Abby Walters in the first game. Walters tossed a no-hitter. Strickland's allowed just 1 hit. This ball charged by Johnson. The throw to first in time. 2 away. Runner advancing to second. That's Harp. 2 away in the Barton half of the 4th. Sydney Spite now will step up and hit. Braves will get a chance to add to a 13-0 lead in the bottom of the 4th. I'm not sure they necessarily want to. Spite hits this ball back up the middle. This could be a problem. Harp trying to score from second. No, she'll be held up at third. Braves throw it home just to be safe. And it is a base hit. Spite ends up on second. And now 2 runners in scoring position for the Bulldogs, with Hannah Jones' spot coming up to bat. Hannah Jones will dig in and hit. So Jones remained the designated player, while she also pitched, as she kept her spot in the batting order. Even though she was pulled from the game as a pitcher, can remain in the batting order as a hitter. And she crushes this ball into left field. It is back, but not deep enough, as Hoke makes the catch. Bulldogs leave a couple runners in scoring position. They do get a hit, leave 2 on. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th. Braves 13, Bulldogs 0. Check in with the score. Across the way, UNCP baseball hosting Concord, Game 2 of their 3-game weekend series. Bottom of the 7th inning, UNCP baseball leading the Mountain Lions of Concord 11-3. We'll be back over there at Sammy Cox Field for Game 3 of the series tomorrow. First pitch of that one at noon, right back here on the Braves Broadcast Network. Game 1 of the softball doubleheader, Braves won 13-0. They lead 13-0 here as we begin the bottom of the 4th inning for UNCP. Pinch hitter for the Braves, Shelby Thomas in to hit for the black and gold. Pinch hitting for the spot for Tony Nelson. Thomas making just her 2nd at-bat of the season. Freshman from Bishop, Georgia. Hits this ball foul off the catcher, who takes a moment to find it. 1-1 the count. Morgan Pedley in the circle for Barton. Just trying to get this one closer to the finish line. It's been all Braves. 3 in the first, 5 in the second, 5 in the third. Just getting started here in the bottom of the 4th. First, that one catches the outside corner. Make it 1 ball and 2 strikes to Shelby Thomas. Struck out in her only at-bat thus far this season. Looking for that first collegiate hit. Pitch to Thomas, swung on and missed. A throw to first just to be sure. She's out for out number 1. Bailey Hoke now to hit for UNCP. Left-handed hitter Bailey Hoke, 0 for 7 at the dish so far this year. This is her first at bat today. Took over in left field last inning for the Braves starter, Lexi Cox. Hoke has put the ball in play all 7 times she's come up to the plate. Been a little unlucky. Another pinch hitter on deck, Maddie Armfield in the on-deck circle for UNCP. She'll be pinch hitting for Jamie Johnson. 1-1 count, the pitch to Hoke, low and away. Two-one offering. Swung on, hit to third on a bounce. An easy play over there for Harp. She throws it over to Connor, and there's quickly 2 away in the Braves' half of the 4th. Maddie Armfield now comes up to bat for UNCP. Armfield, a freshman from Greensboro, North Carolina. Jamie Johnson finishes going 2 for 2 with a home run, a single, and a walk. 1 run batted in. Not a bad day at all. Armfield's second career at-bat. 0 for 1. Hits this one foul, bounces it straight back behind home plate. Braves softball back in action tomorrow, taking on Limestone. That one down in Gaffney, South Carolina, taking on the Saints team that's 6-0. Should be a good one. Live stats available through uncpbraves.com. And I'm pretty sure Limestone also does live video, but I'm not 100% sure, so I'm not going to say it for certain. 0-2 the count to Armfield. Swings, grounds this ball foul down the third base line, stays alive. Armfield in the batter's box, Pedley in the circle for Barton. Bottom of the 4th. Braves in position to ride this one out. 13 runs on 12 hits for UNCP as Armfield hits this right back to the pitcher. Pedley snags it, throws to first. The Braves go 1-2-3 in the 4th. Looking to close this one out in the 5th inning. We'll be right back on the Braves Broadcast Network. New pitcher for UNCP is freshman Mallory Leviner, standing in the circle at 6 foot out of Whiteville, North Carolina. Leviner comes in with an 0-2 record, a 2.80 ERA. Struck out 5, walked 5. Giving up 12 runs, but only 6 of them were earned. For Barton, Brittany Jacobs will get things started for the Bulldogs. Takes a first pitch strike on the inside corner. It's Jacobs, Kelly, and Martin due up this inning for the Bulldogs. Off-speed pitch, swung on and missed. Boy, Jacobs was off balance on that cut. Braves 6-2, Barton 2-1. That includes the earlier win for UNCP. Liner's pitch misses outside. "13 runs, 12 hits, 1 error by the Braves. No runs, 2 hits, 2 errors by the Bulldogs. This ball off the hands, tapped to second. A good defensive play by Weatherington. Tosses to Brown, and Jacobs is retired for the first out. Back to the top of the order, Megan Kelly for the Bulldogs. Valerie Leviner looking to close things out for UNCP. Wrap up a very impressive doubleheader sweep today. In this game, Kelly 0 for 2. Grounded out in the first, flew out in the third. 1-0 offering from Leviner. Swung on and missed. "1-1. Another whiff. 1-2. One-two pitch, hit foul off the roof of the Barton dugout and into the parking lot. Scooped up by a passing fan. Braves rotating through some of the players who don't get to play as much here today in this second game. Hoke is in left, Walters in center, Mason in right. Johnson and Gerhardt remain the left side of the infield. Weatherington at second, Brown at first. And still Tony Nelson behind home plate. Well, in both games today, the Braves with strong offensive performances in the opening innings and then kept it going. As they'll look for a pair of quick run rule wins. 2-2 pitch, swung on, grounded to third. Johnson with the throw over to first in the dirt. That's a throwing error, and that will allow Kelly to go for second base, and she's there. Rare mistake from Jamie Johnson over there at third. Instead of there being 2 outs and nobody on, 1 out and a runner on second for Barton. Taylor Martin comes up to try to bring home that first run of the day for the Bulldogs. Shutout. No hit by Abby Walters in the first game. They've had a couple runners in scoring position here in the second game. Haven't brought any in yet. Let's see if Leviner can shake that off and keep the shutout alive. First pitch, a called strike to Martin, who's 0 for 2. Reached on an error her last time up. That was in the third inning. Two errors now by each team in this one. The 0-1 low and away. One offering. Swung on and missed. Leviner took something off that one and fooled Martin. A ball and 2 strikes, 1 out, a runner on second for the Bulldogs in the top half of the 5th. Strike 3 looking. Loviner records strikeout number 6 for the season, her first today. And now there's 2 away. Barton down to its final out. Trying to keep the game alive. It will be number 7, Kelsey Connor, in to hit. Her first at-bat today. Pops it up to the right side. Under it is Weatherington, gives way to the right fielder Mason, and that's the ball game. UNCP picks up an impressive sweep of Barton. Both games 13-0 final scores. With the win, UNCP improves to 7-2. Barton drops to 2-2. The Braves get it done in the second game. 13 runs on 12 hits, 2 errors. Bulldogs no runs on 2 hits and 2 errors. UNCP softball back in action tomorrow at Limestone. Live stats, more information available on uncpbraves.com. Next broadcast tomorrow, UNCP baseball hosting Concord at noon. We hope to see you then. For my broadcast partner, Jonas Kibbert, and our entire crew, this is Cameron Songer signing off from Pembroke. Thanks for watching UNCP softball today, and have a great day.